Hello Internet, I am JMMW, and I'm going to run through my Day 4 Territory Battle missions. I'll be starting with the Light Side Planet of Lothal and the bottom mission, which is Jedi Required. And I like to use my Jedi Knight Luke with Jedi Master Luke, and then General Skywalker, Grandmaster Yoda, and Ki-Adi-Mundi. Then we're going to do the Mass Assist on Scout Trooper. Gives Giant Luke his bonus turn. And he's going to stun everyone, and that slows them all down to his base speed. Then we'll go ahead and steal that speed up and pass it around with Yoda. Now their team is slowed down, and our team's got him faster because of the speed buff. Let's keep on going after this Scout Trooper here. I like to leave the other Scout Trooper alive if possible to allow Yoda to steal that speed buff another time or two. Let's see. Actually, I think I'm going to do the Mass Assist over here on Recon Trooper. Don't want to waste that damage, because he's going to die to a single hit. And now they're out of stacks, so their next deaths will all be permanent deaths. I don't know if I can kill in one go, so I'm just going to do a basic. Don't want to waste that special. Okay, and now we'll go ahead and steal that speed up and pass it around. More specials you do, the more assists you call, so it's a good thing to try and spam your specials as much as possible in this planet. I just did a basic with Jedi Knight Luke on the tank because he does bonus damage to tanks, but we're actually going to go after the healer here. And again, I'm leaving the Scout Trooper alive over there, so that Yoda can maybe steal that speed buff one more time. Oh, but the event special got triggered, so he lost the speed buff, so we might as well go ahead and kill him off. And then we'll go back to Stormtrooper Commander, and we're just going to mostly use basics. I'm going to come over here and put the armor shred on the tank because we'll be killing him pretty soon here. He doesn't have any stacks of the damage buff, so even though no one's taunting, he's not really much danger, so I'm just going to whittle him down with basics. That way everyone keeps their cooldowns intact. Alright, and we are going to finish this off with the Mass Assist. That way Jedi Knight Luke gets his bonus turn to start the next turn, where he can stun everyone. And that's going to slow them all down. Grandmaster Yoda can steal that speed up right away and pass it around to our whole team. Gives us a big speed boost over their team. And get an armor shred on him so it's easier to... let's see, just do a basic here to finish him off. And let's keep going after that one guy with the armor shred. I'm actually going to put this on their tank, the armor shred. Save that Mass Assist for a second here. Alright, now we'll use that Mass Assist on Recon Trooper. Steal that speed up again. Pass it around. Alright, so now we're going to go after the Imperial officer. I should be able to steal that speed up one more time, I think. Okay, now we'll go after the healer, do the mass assist. Stun everyone again. Steal the speed up. Pass around to everyone. And full auto is fine from here on out. Alright, for the top right mission, I like to use my Jedi Master Kenobi team. With Padme and General Kenobi, and then actually I have Cat in there, Ahsoka Tano, and yes, I will use Cat, although when we open up the Zepho missions again, I'm going to have to swap that out. Probably I'll swap the General Skywalker over from the Jedi Knight Luke team and put a different Jedi in on that first team that I just ran. Because Cat definitely has to go with the Rey team in the UFO mission for Zepho. We'll go after the Scout Trooper. Going to put the, we'll put the damage immunity on our General Kenobi so that he can absorb the these first few hits. Go ahead and put that on General Kenobi. That'll take care of the taunt. Then we go ahead and use the event special. You definitely want to kill this guy, the Scout Trooper on the right here now, because he's got 2 stacks of that buff. And the Recon Trooper right next to him needs to die as well. I'm just going to do a basic here because the mass assist would be a little wasted. A big hit. Now we're going to go after the Recon Trooper since he has a single stack, but he can do... Both the Scout Troopers and the Recon Trooper can do good damage, so you really don't want them to get up to 2 stacks or beyond. If they get beyond 2 stacks, they can start one-shotting people. So managing those stacks is important. Just go and insta-kill that Scout Trooper on the left there. Okay, and the bonus stacks both went on to the tank and the healer, so that's fine. Keep going after the Scout Troopers. That's just a basic because he's almost dead. Okay, they're now out of stacks, so their next deaths should not come back. We'll go ahead and put the armor straight here on the guy on the left. That's going to kill him off. I'm going to save his abilities and just finish off this Scout Trooper. Then we'll go after the Recon Trooper. Basics enough. And we're going to go after the healer here. None of our guys are really damaged, so I'm just going to do a basic. So you normally want to spam your specials as much as possible, but it's also nice to save those key ones like heals for times when you actually need it. You don't want to get in a situation where you need the healing and you don't have it available. So of all the... I'm just going to do a basic to get rid of his defensive buff. Of all of the specials not to spam, the heals and the damage and vulnerability are the ones that you probably want to be more conservative with. Alright, so we're once again going to go after one of the scout troopers. Our General Kenobi is pretty low turn meter, so we'll go ahead and give him the damage immunity. I'm going to wait to do that event special until after their Stormtrooper taunts and gives everyone the defensive buff. Right there. So now we'll go ahead and do the event special, get rid of that taunt. Scout Trooper does have one stack. I'm going to let it go just for a moment. See if we can't get into a position where it'll be the final death. Alright, so now anyone who dies has their final death. So actually we'll go to an insta-kill Recon Trooper and he won't come back. And then we can kill the two Scout Troopers pretty easily. And one of them got that buff. Just easy to get rid of because he was almost dead anyways. Go after the other Scout Trooper since he's the other damage dealer. They're all dead, so now we'll go ahead and go after Imperial Officer. No sense in using the damage immunity since our General Kenobi is about to take a turn, and it only lasts one turn, so. And now we'll go ahead and go after the healer. And we just put it on full auto and finish off that tank. Alright, for the fleet mission, I'm going to use our Raddus, since I put my profundity into fleets. I want to take in Rey's Millennium Falcon, MG-100, Poe. First reinforcement will be Comeuppance, and then Resistance X-Wing. I also bring in Clone Sergeant and Jedi Knight, Jedi Consular, Starfighter, just as backups, although they are rarely needed. So you're going to go right after Imperial TIE Bomber. Do the BB-8 wiggle. Just going to do a basic here because you don't have foresight yet. Do that middle special that gives everyone a deflector shield, so when they take their turn they get foresight. And now you want to start spamming your specials. Because when you do a special that when you have foresight, it reduces the cooldown of the capital ship's ultimate ability. So we're going to do that middle ability. Go ahead and do the wiggle, and we'll bring in Comeuppance. When Comeuppance comes in, if you do the special right away, it does a lot extra damage, so pretty much any damage, any target you're shooting at, you're going to vaporize. So that finishes off the TIE Bomber, and now we're going to go after the TIE Advanced. Quite often you're going to lose your tank here. It's not a big deal. Okay, we're going to do that middle ability. We still have foresight when we start our turn, so now you want to go after the TIE and Interceptor since he's almost dead. I generally go after whoever's closer to being dead here. Leaves the TIE Fighter. Now we'll go into offensive mode. You can just put that on. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter who you put that on. I put it on a Comeuppance for no real reason. And we'll try the big hit here. That might be enough to kill him. Yep. So that finishes off Lothal for us. Move on to Kessel. In Kessel, I'm going to start in the upper left with my Lord Vader with some leftover Empire and some Sith. I've got Piett and Scout. Oh, actually this is going to be a little different because I actually don't have Scout this time. I'm going to need Scout for my Imperial Remnant team, which I just upgraded. So it's going to be Piett and some Sith. And I'll have to pick a new Sith. So the Sith I've been using up to now have been Dooku and Malak. And let's see. Malgus I'm using in another mission, so it's going to have to be Darth Revan that I use. Okay. It should be okay. Lord Vader is the one who really carries this battle. Malak's a nice tank. This is supposed to be mostly full auto, so I'm just going to leave it on full auto and see if it still works that way, even though we swapped out Scout for Darth Revan. That shouldn't really make much of a difference. It's all the dots from Lord Vader that kill people off. And I was going to do a basic here to finish off this. That way he's got his dots to put on everyone at the beginning of the next round. And then we'll just put it back on full auto here. Everyone gets feared. The dots whittle them down. Yep. Malak and Lord Vader's carry it, so it's a pretty easy win. Doesn't really matter who else you bring. Alright, for the Jabba mission, if you have the full Hutt Cartel team, this is an easy full solo. If you do not, like I don't, bring whoever you have, Boba and Krrs. And then next, you want to look at how any other bounty hunters you have. And then after that, you can look at scoundrels. So I'm going to be bringing, in addition to Boba and Krrs, I'm bringing Bossk. And then I'm going to bring veteran smuggler Chewie. And pretty much everyone you want to do basics, except for Jabba. Jabba's going to do his kind of a rotation. He's going to do third special, basic, and then event special, get rid of the confuse. Everyone else is going to do basics so that they can get behind stealth. You can go ahead and call the mass assist. And that gets Boba Fett's basic out of the way. And it really doesn't matter what you do with Krrsantan, because either way, if you do a special, you get confused and you can't taunt. If you do a basic, tanks still don't go invis, so they're still going to be visible. And so long as you do a basic with Veteran Smuggler Chewie here, he's going to go invisible. And then once you do the event special and get rid of Confuse on Jabba, he's going to go invisible. So the only two people that can be seen are your tanks. And as with all Jabba teams, it doesn't really matter if some of your bounty hunters do end up dying, because he's just going to revive any fallen bounty hunters at the beginning of the next wave. And again, like I normally do with all of my Jabba teams, you want to... I need to go ahead and do an event special on Krrsantan so that he can start recovering protection. So there's a good reason not to... oh, don't kill him yet. Come on, Jabba, get out there and do your basic. Give him some bonus protection. There we go. There's a good reason to just do basics with your Krrsantan. That way you are able to get the bonus protection from Jabba's basic. Now let's work on this guy because he seems to be a little low. Is that protection recovery? Yeah, I think that'll give him a little boost there, which he could use. Get some... Yeah, we can go ahead and use the event special to get rid of the stacks confuse on Jabba. Alright, we did get to contract. So that makes everyone healthier. Gonna finish off this guy. And we've got ultimate ready, so we can just do get rid of our stacks confusion. We'll just finish out doing basics from everyone. Now, most of the time I don't use most of the time I won't use the ultimate ability like right off the bat. And I'm not going to use it immediately yet. I'm going to go ahead and use the third special here so that get around taunt, and then we're going to try and kill off young Han Solo. No, well, Vandor got the whole prepared thing going, so we're going to be going after Vandor, I guess. So a lot of times you can kill young Han before they do the invis and everything, but after that initial shot with L3, after that we're just going to get rid of them with the Rancor. So now we're going to go after Vandor. There's no sense going after young Han because he's got that little hourglass. He's prepared. So as long as Vandor's up, he will revive. We can go ahead and... Okay, so now Vandor's dead, so now we can go ahead and kill off the other people. So we'll go after young Han. And between Lando and Qi'ra, it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference because they're both relatively dangerous. They can both do a decent amount of damage, so pick one and go after them. But neither one is... Young Han is more dangerous than either one of these, so you definitely want to take Young Han out first if you can. And you know, sometimes you get trapped behind Vandor. Sometimes you can take Young Han out before he even gets prepared. But using the Rancor on L337 is definitely the way to go. Otherwise, she ends up pushing out. She ramps up to her Mark III level and pushes out a bunch of healing to the rest of the team. Makes it very hard to kill them off. So... Alright, and then we'll do the upper right mission with my Ahsoka Tano team. Bring in your Spectre. Really all you need is Ezra, but you can bring in any other Spectre you have, and then we'll just fill out the team with anyone you have left over that you're not using in another CM. They're not really important, they're going to die off. I've been taking Cassian Plo lately. And this is a full auto team. Other people, most of the rest of the team is probably going to die off. Doesn't really matter. Ahsoka and Ezra will carry the team. Ahsoka is the tankiness and Ezra is the damage. All the pikes die off pretty fast to both direct damage and some AE damage. And you just want to focus on one of the Rodians in back. They end up, they're considerably tankier than the rest of the team, so they will probably take a couple armor shreds from Ahsoka before you're able to take them down. Kind of amazed that Fulcrum is staying alive, but I'd say the majority of the time that I do this mission, she ends up dying. She'll die in the second wave, but just having her coming into the second wave will still be nice because she'll just be another target for them to have to try and hit. But even if it was just Ahsoka and Ezra surviving going into wave 2, it's still going to be a win. In wave 2, there's just one extra Rodian in back, but not going to be an issue. As before, the pikes die to counterattacks and direct damage and AEs pretty easily, and so once you get through that, you're just going to want to focus on one Rodian at a time. Just let Ahsoka put her armor shreds on them, and then Ezra will whittle them down. Move on to the next. Rinse, repeat. I think Ahsoka might make it to the end. Something she rarely does in this fight. Alright, we'll go and target the guy on the left since he seems to have less health. He'll die a little quicker. Doesn't have any bonus protection left, so... Maybe it only takes one armor shred to kill him off. Alright, so that finishes off the ground combat missions here in Kessel, so we will move on to the fleet mission. This is where you're going to want to use the Executor. You can also use Profundity here. I think Executor is a better choice. You're going to want to use Houndstooth and Punishing One in your starting lineup. Xanadu, IG-2000, Slave 1. You can go ahead and bring in Razor Crest, but honestly, you're not going to need it. So whenever you do the Kessel fight, it's important to remember to only do basics with your Houndstooth. If you do any specials with your Houndstooth, he will not be able to taunt, and you will probably lose the mission. So basics only with your Houndstooth. And I would normally have targeted the Xanadu. I forgot to do that, but we're going to do the Mass Assist over here on Xanadu. I want to try and take him out first. Basic with your Houndstooth. Do the special. The special is going to force taunt onto your Houndstooth. Now we can bring in our Xanadu blood, and we still want to be targeting their Xanadu, trying to kill their Xanadu off. Let's do a basic here. Let's do a basic. There we go. Now we have the locked debuffs. When you bring Xanadu in, it puts Retaliation, which helps you get to that locked debuffs a little quicker. That's why I like to bring Xanadu in as my first reinforcement. I'm going to use that third special on Punishing One because he's down, he's out of protection, and I want to make sure he stays alive. I'm not going to use the Death Mark because Xanadu's almost dead, so just a basic's enough to finish him off. And since we do have the locked debuffs, I'm going to bring in Slave 1 as my first reinforcement here, or my next reinforcement, I should say. Go ahead and throw the bombs out. I try and kill off their Razor Crest. Oh. Since he healed them up, well, we have the Death Mark, so we'll go ahead and throw the Death Mark on him. Won't take long to kill him, well, especially since we have the Mass Assist. Mass Assist plus Death Mark, goodbye. So now we're going to go ahead and go after the Houndstooth. I don't like going after IG-2000 until they're the last one. I find them resilient and they heal too much, so I wait until they're by themselves before I go after them. And now we'll bring in our IG-2000. Since we have the locked debuffs, anytime you do a basic is a double tap. And like I said, my Razor Crest is still the last reinforcement. I'm not going to use them. It's just a ship you don't really need for this fight. I don't think it adds anything. And we'll just do basic here. Basic for the double tap. And we'll call in IG-2000 for his double tap. No one needs any healing, so let's do a basic here. And the bomb should kill it off. Oh, because they had foresight and dodged the bomb. But it's a pretty easy win so long as you remember to only use basics with your Houndstooth. Alright, so that finishes off Kessel for us, so we will move over to Haven. Let's see. We will see if I can win this mission. This is the first time I've had my Imperial Remnant team reliced up. They're not quite as fast as I'd like them to be, so... But we're going to try this team here. And it's just warning me that you could use as Mandalore, but the CM points from Haven are more important for us getting stars. So... There should be a full auto team. You need the Omicron on oEnoch. I'm going to go ahead and go after BT1 first. And we're just going to go full auto. Okay, so now we'll go after 000. Now we'll go after HK47. Alright, we'll try and... Nope, can't go after... Okay, yeah, we can go after T3. Nope, I keep on invising. So I guess we're going after Sortie. And I'm going to go ahead and take the brain worms off of Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, and then we'll go back full auto. I'll take it off auto here for just a second. I'm just going to finish out with my basic there. And make sure that we're... Oh, that's right. We've got the same lineup. So, yeah, we're just going to target their BT1 again. And go full auto, and after BT1 we'll go to 000. Okay, and now we're going after 000. And we'll go after their HK. Not really sure why our Dark Trooper Moff Gideon is down in the yellow, but so they only have a couple stacks of brain worms, so that shouldn't be that. And we'll go after their T3 so long as we can see them. But if they go stealthy, then we're going to go after Sortie. Alright, and then we'll just finish off Sortie. So, yeah. Even without the fastest mods, it was still a pretty easy win. So, this one is where I normally use my Grand Moff Tarkin plus Darkside clones. It does work but it requires some good RNG, and I have better luck if I put my raid mods on. I will go ahead and put the, let's see. I'm actually going to do the other mission first, just so that if I steal mods from that team, I don't have to put them back before I run it. So, all right, so I'll move down to this bottom mission, and I'll do that first. This is where I'm going to use my Baylan team, just where I run my mercenaries. Got the Shin, oMarrok with the Omicron and Hondo. And then I'm going to bring in Malgus just as a tank. All right, so you took out Hondo already, jerks. We're going to do that middle special. Merrick's going to assist anytime you let's see, then we'll go ahead and do the AE. That's going to call him and kill that guy off. Go ahead and do the taunt so that they start going after him. We'll go ahead and bring in the droid. We'll finish off this fighter. I'm going to do a basic and call in Merrick. Just going to do basics to finish this out here. Basic, call in Merrick. All right. So in the second wave, you want to go after Rex first. Do the big hit on him. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I go ahead and put an armor shred on Kanan just for when we get to him. Let's do a basic on Rex. Do that middle ability, which is going to again call Merrick in. Okay, now we're going to go after Ezra. Do the third ability, see if we can stun him. We did, and we also killed him. We stunned him to death. And go ahead and put an armor shred here on Chopper too. That way the tanks take some more damage. Let's do a basic, and it's a little wasteful, but we'll do the third ability. Didn't really need an assist from Merrick to make that work, but basic, call on Merrick, and that finishes him, and then basic, that's probably enough. Yep. Merrick just hits so hard with that Omicron. Definitely worth getting that Omicron. Alright, so we'll go back to this Grand Moff Tarkin team. And we're going to go ahead and put our raid mods on. Alright, and Scorch doesn't need remodding. Alright, so we're going to target this guy on the left. He's the one who's got the least turn meter. We're going to try and kill him off before he loses Order 66. All right. Give me 1 second. All right, apologies for that. So, let's see. It looks like this guy on the right has the least health, so we're going to go after him and see if maybe we can finish him off. Nope. All right, so everyone else is done with Order 66 except for the guy in the back. We definitely won't be able to kill him off in time. So we're just going to keep on going after the partisan fighter on the right, see if we can't whittle him down. Well, they killed my Nightfall, but I did not see anyone get Death Mark. Just going to keep trying to go after this guy on the right. Yep. And this is the way that fight goes south. So Night Trooper is already gone. Do one more basic, and then we'll try and kill him off with the mind buffs, but I am not holding out a whole lot of hope. This run just, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And it feels like more often than not, it's a sometimes it doesn't, so definitely the team that I least spend time investing in, at least for this particular planet. Grand Moff Tarkin plus Dark Side clones works on all the rest of the Dark Side planets, but not this one. Not very well anyways. So that was a failure, unfortunately. Zepho is already closed up. We're at our target threshold, so all I have left here is in Mandalore. The top right mission is the open mission. I like to use my Jedi Master Mace team, which is your Jedi Vanguard, with Depa Boba, Jocasta, Temple Guard, and Aayla Secura. Let's make sure I didn't steal any mods from them. Okay. And this is a full auto team. All you really need to do is, after you kill off General Veers, try and hit Scout Trooper whenever he's still visible. Because he's going to try and hide in stealth as much as he can. So whenever someone dispels buffs, then you can actually get a peek at him. You want to try and hit him with some sort of a direct damage. All right, like right now we can hit him, and we got him down. Then we can go after Stormtrooper and finish him off. All right. So here in the second wave, you're going to go after Moff Gideon. And if you can get away from the taunt, if you can get it dispelled, you can go after Dark Trooper a little bit, try and whittle down a stack or two. Hush. Alright, so back after Gideon. So now we can go after Dark Trooper. Once he's dead, you can go after Scout. And then just finish off anyone else who's left. All right. So that finishes up my runs for the day. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And stick around. I'll be doing my runs on my second account, Darth Balls. Thank you for watching.